Connected Communities programme has been going on since 2010. There are over 300 projects that involve universities across the UK and community and civil society organisations from across the UK.
So we're trying to get academic researchers to, particularly from my perspective, from the arts and humanities, to move outside their comfort zones, their institutions, their offices and studies, and to collaborate with community partners and community organisations.
What the Connected Communities programme has managed to do is demonstrate that it's possible to bring together community organisations and civil society organisations with academics to create really high quality, innovative research that does two things. One, it produces really robust academic knowledge, and two, it produces benefits to the communities who are collaborating with the universities.
Once we've got that going, then we're also wanting a real shift in how you ask a research question. And we don't just want the academics saying, these are my questions, these are my issues, will you help me with them please, to external partners. We want our partners to be setting the questions and the agendas, and then the academics to be helping them to interrogate them, to nuance them, finesse them, answer them, and move it all forward.
This study, which is a big AHRC funded study, is looking at various different ways of creative practice to try and improve mental health, well-being and recovery. Once you get caught in those structured ways of working, it's very difficult to find the time to think about looking at mental health and recovery in different ways. And this kind of study gives us an opportunity to start thinking about that.
A pattern that's emerging is that there's all these different projects going on in universities and outside of them, and we need somebody out there to knock everybody together and get people working in partnership on these things. And the support of the AHRC is invaluable in supporting that.
Yeah. Great little stars and then put a French knot in the middle like that. Where should we do it? Over here?
So the research councils work collectively on different societal challenges and kind of grand programs where we've come together to focus on issues like the digital economy or lifelong health and well-being. What's distinctive about the Connected Communities programme is, first, it's led by the arts and humanities as a group of disciplines, which does make it quite distinctive in the research landscape. Secondly, is it places different forms of engagement with the public at the heart of the research process.
Well, there's a huge debate about how we produce knowledge that's adequate for radically changing times, and this sort of project is really one important part of all of that. So what we're likely to see is a huge mobilisation of citizens generating research and insights, but the tricky question is how do you combine that with academic disciplinary knowledge as well? And what this programme is starting to do is really show how you bring those two ways of knowing together.
I think the AHRC are just to be completely praised in their ability to, their kind of leap of faith, I think, in terms of this kind of new creative research.
Imagine is about thinking about the future and changing the future, getting people to use their imagination to think about how things could be different. So events like this are designed not just so I can show off about the research we're doing, but so that I can learn about other people's research, and that we get a sense of critical mass in terms of being new academics, about thinking about the way in which our university's knowledge should be shared, and at the same time how we can share communities' knowledge to enrich things.
Frequently we forget as academics that there's expertise and assets and knowledge in communities outside the university. And what this programme does is it really says, how do we engage with that? How do we draw that into academic practice to make better research, to generate the sort of knowledge that will help us figure out how to create thriving communities today?
This is not about the public being there to have research done to them, and it's also not about them being the receivers of research wisdom at the end point of research. Embedding public participation, embedding the involvement of researchers to actually make better research is fundamental to what this programme is trying to achieve.
So the aim of something like this festival is to enable all the projects to learn from each other. So there's a really important function within the programme so that people can share great practice, learn from mistakes, work out what we need to do better. But we can also start showing the rest of the world how you do this sort of work, because some of this doesn't require funding. Some of this isn't about more research council projects. Some of this is simply about a culture change that opens up the university to the wider public and says we can build new dialogues between us.
It's a bit more like trying to really get people in a position where they can have equal conversations with university partners. A community partner might be an organisation, it might be a library, it might be a local authority, it might be somebody working in the third sector in a really small charity, or even an unconstituted little group. So it's people who have their heart and their feet in the community, wanting to try and make the world a better place.
This project is called Tangible Memories Community in Care, and it's we're working in 3 care settings across Bristol, and we're looking at the stories and memories that people have that are attached to objects.
Some care settings can be a desert, if you like, of creativity, and what's especially important about this project is we're reconnecting people with important things about their past that will act as a bridge between them and their self-esteem, them and their self-image and their creativity.
What we've done in the past is we've had an annual summit or an annual showcase, and we've brought together academics, partner organisations, we've had stands, we've had talks, we've had films, screenings and so on. This event in Cardiff in 2014 is different. It's a festival. And it's not just different by name, it's different because it has a buzz about it. It has a buzz because of the range and variety. It's bigger than anything we've done before on this programme. It also has a buzz because it's happening in multiple venues across the city. And so it's got that sense of an urban, festive energy about it.
Bringing those new audiences into an awareness of what Connected Communities has been about and what it continues to be about will ultimately shape the programme over the next 5 to 10 years.